Hey, a subscriber asked me to talk more about haughty eyes in more detail, so let's get into it. In Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16 through 19 is a list of 6 things that the Lord hates. There's actually 7 that's an abomination to him. So let's get into it. The first one listed is haughty eyes, followed by a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a false witness, and feet that quickly run to evil. Haughty eyes are said to be a sin in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 4, along with a proud heart. To have haughty eyes is to have an arrogant demeanor. It's an overall attitude of one's heart that causes one to scorn or look down at another person, and ultimately above God. Now, when we are haughty, we become the center of the universe. Everything evolves around us. There is little or any concern for what others think and no consideration of the will of God. Pride, haughtiness, is the trunk of the tree from which all other sins sprout. When we are at the center of the world, then nothing that we want is unlawful to us. God is resistant to haughtiness. Over and over in Scripture, we read that God brings down the haughty and the proud. In Psalms chapter 18, verse 27, Isaiah chapter 2, verse 11, and it's also in chapter 5, verse 15, and Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 50. Now, twice in Proverbs, we read that the haughtiness precedes destruction. In chapter 16, verse 18, and chapter 18, verse 12. The New Testament is very clear on the dangers of arrogance, warning repeatedly against it. Both James and Peter warn that God actively opposes the proud, and that's found in James chapter 4, verse 6, and also 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 5. None of us are immune to pride. The Bible tells us otherwise. Good people who were brought down in one way or another by pride. The godly king Uzziah was struck with leprosy because of his arrogance. He tried to take place of a priest and burn incense before the Lord. You can find that in 2 Chronicles chapter 26, verse 16. Now similarly, Hezekiah's pride and his possessions eventually brought discipline of God on him in 2 Chronicles chapter 32, verse 25. Peter's prideful statement that he would never forsake Jesus in Matthew chapter 26, verse 33 through 35, was found to be false when he denied him in Matthew chapter 26, verse 69 through 75. The danger of pride is the reason many exhortations to humility in Scripture. Mediation on some key passages can fight the tendency we all have towards pride. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 7, tells us that all we have is a gift, for which we should be thankful. Both 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6, and James chapter 4, verse 6, encourages humility by saying God gives grace to the humble. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 2, goes so far as to say that humility in the heart of a person actually draws God's attention. Humility of the heart gives us a proper perspective. A proud heart, haughty eyes, if you will, renders a person intractable. Such a person is resisted to God. I hope that explains it a little more. Have a blessed day. Until next time.